Breaking news. Trump on brink of war with Iran as Israel strikes Tehran. Ayatollah issues dire warning. Subscribe to IQD to VND News. Let's hit 500 subscribers this week. Unthinkable escalation. Middle East on the edge as Trump eyes military action in Iran. In a stunning development, tensions between Iran, Israel, and the United States have surged to a boiling point, threatening to spark a full-scale regional war, and possibly beyond. Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei has issued a chilling warning to Washington, vowing irreparable consequences if the US dares to join Israel's growing military campaign against Tehran. The statement, broadcast via Iran's state-run media, comes as Donald Trump reportedly prepares for direct US involvement, including bombing Iranian nuclear sites. This is day 6 of Israel's intense and unrelenting air assault on Iranian targets. Footage from Iranian television captures harrowing moments as air defenses light up Tehran's skies in an attempt to repel Israeli missiles. Explosions rocked the capital overnight, with reports confirming that a university tied to Iran's Revolutionary Guard and suspected missile and nuclear sites were hit. Satellite evidence. Before and after Israeli strikes. New satellite imagery reveals the destructive aftermath at a key military base in Tabriz. The before and after visuals leave no doubt. Israel is targeting Iran's military backbone with precision and purpose. Trump calls supreme leader an easy target. Former US President Donald Trump, who dramatically left a G7 summit early, posted bombshell comments on social media, calling Iran's leadership an easy target and demanding unconditional surrender. Insiders say Trump is actively considering deploying US forces to use bunker-buster bombs against Iran's underground nuclear infrastructure. If this plan moves forward, it would be a seismic moment in US foreign policy, one that could define Trump's legacy and permanently alter the geopolitical landscape. Iran's fierce response: "We will not surrender." In a televised statement, a defiant Ayatollah warned that Iranians are not a people who surrender, stating that any form of US military intervention will result in irreversible devastation, not only for the US, but potentially for the entire Middle East. The situation is so dire that Nobel Peace Prize laureate Narges Mohammadi, herself an Iranian dissident and survivor of political imprisonment, condemned both Iran's leadership and Israel, stating, "We have a misogynist theocracy in Iran, and now Netanyahu is also taking us to hell." Life in Tehran, panic, chaos, and fear. Daily life in Iran's capital has come to a standstill. Stores are shuttered, streets are eerily silent, and citizens are fleeing in fear, many hiding in basements or escaping across borders. Reports from Tehran describe empty fuel stations, food shortages, non-functioning ATMs, gridlocked highways with citizens trying to flee. Nobel Prize winners among those forced to escape. Israel on alert. Hypersonic missiles intercepted. Iran retaliated overnight by launching waves of missile attacks on Israeli cities, including Tel Aviv. Alarming reports indicate Iran may have deployed a hypersonic missile, a weapon nearly impossible to intercept. However, Israeli defense systems successfully neutralized the majority of the threats, and no casualties were reported. The Israeli military confirms over 50 aircraft participated in strikes across Iran, hitting more than 20 critical targets tied to weapons development. Evacuations and economic shocks. Cyprus facilitated emergency flights to repatriate stranded Israelis. The Iran-Pakistan border is now a lifeline for desperate Iranians. Global markets are on edge as oil prices surge and diplomatic channels remain silent. What's next? US military entry could ignite global conflict. Correspondents from Washington and Jerusalem paint a grim picture. If the US commits military resources, it could provoke a wider war, drawing in multiple nations. Former President Trump, known for campaigning against foreign wars, is now being watched closely. His next move may not just decide the fate of the Middle East, but redefine global alliances for decades to come. Watch and share. Full coverage only on IQD to VND News. Subscribe now to stay ahead of every major update on this escalating crisis. Let's hit 500 subscribers. Your support helps us continue delivering real-time breaking news updates without filters or fear. Turn on notifications for urgent alerts as this conflict unfolds.